Hello everyone and welcome to Sharpcard, where we help you make wiser and smarter study abroad decisions. So this is a very special video. I am recording it on the 15th of August, which is the Independence Day of India, and I am sitting in India in my home in Chandigarh, and I thought of covering this topic today. The reason behind that is that yesterday when I was having one of my consultations, I have 4 to 5 consultations every day, and when I was having a consultation with one of the students, I really wanted to tell her that no, studying abroad might not be the right thing to do. But she was so motivated and she was all over the place. She was dreaming of going to the UK, Ireland, traveling in the Europe and all those things. So I couldn't really say that. So the purpose of this video is that today through this video, I want to pass on this message so that each and every one of you who is planning to study abroad, you make a balanced decision. Let us compare the benefits of studying in India with the benefits of studying abroad. I will give you 3 pros that exist when you study in India, and I will give you 3 pros that exist when you're studying abroad. Now, after watching this video, you will be having a balanced perspective. The purpose of having a balanced perspective is so that you're not making an emotional decision and you're not being driven by the greed of education counselors and education consultants or agents, whatever they want to call themselves, and you are able to arrive at a decision that is yours. You're able to arrive at a decision that belongs to you. So let's dive into the video. Okay, so the very first aspect upon which I'm going to compare studying abroad versus studying in India, it is actually going to be the concept of placements. When it comes to placements, there is no country better than India. The reason behind that is that the colleges, the universities, and all the educational institutes, they make efforts on their own to bring companies to the campus. And there is this thing known as campus placement. Well, this is a great mechanism for anyone and everyone who is pursuing that particular master's or a bachelor's degree to get that first job. Now, I know that for some colleges, you might not be able to get that 30 lakhs per annum or 50 lakhs per annum job right out of the college. It might be limited to just a few top tier colleges like the IITs, IIMs, ISP, etc. But at the same time, even the smaller colleges and even the less reputed colleges in India, they try to bring at least some companies. They give you at least a platform so that you can present yourself and score a job. In terms of placements, in terms of entry-level jobs right after your master's or your bachelor's, I would say that India wins over abroad. The reason is that when you will be studying in the UK, US, Canada, wherever, you will be looking for jobs on your own. Yes, the university provides a lot of support. They bring a lot of job opportunities on their job board, but nothing would be served to you like in India, where they are actually serving job opportunities to you on a spoon that you have to open your mouth to and eat, right? This is not how it is going to be in case of abroad. So in terms of placement, it's definitely going to be India. Now moving on to the second point, which is about professors. So in India, I want to share a story with you. I have completed my engineering many years back. We had an HOD. Obviously, I'm not going to name him now or her now, and I won't even tell you whether it was a him or a her. But I can tell you one thing. That HOD felt like he's the Prime Minister of the world. I'm not talking about India. I'm talking about he's the Prime Minister of the world. Even if he had to drink a glass of water, he would not stand up from his seat. If a student wanted to talk to him, it was so difficult to get a hold of him. And even if you got a hold of him, it was so difficult to have a conversation with him and make him understand that, what I want. The exact opposite exists abroad. The professors that you will be having, they will be the most friendly people that you will ever meet in your life. And when I say friendly, they look up to your success. I can tell you one thing, my experience in Canada was mind-blowing when it comes to professors. In fact, if I can take some names, because I can name the ones that I am impressed by. I had a professor by the name of Professor Mark Weber. So one fine day, what happened is that I was not feeling well. It was a very important class of his. and it was one of the most important classes that each of us had to attend, right? I was not feeling well. I was feeling very anxious on that very day. And I dropped him an email in the morning that, "Hi, Professor Mark, I will not be able to attend the class today. So could you please, arrange for the notes, and could you just, not reduce my attendance score in the final grades?" What happened after that was something that really changed my perspective towards how professors should be and how professors are. The next few days, the whole team of my department was following up on me if I am feeling better. The whole team was checking on me. I was getting emails that, if my anxiety is feeling better now or I'm still feeling anxious, etc., etc. So pretty much your professors will be your friends. In fact, one of our professors invited us to his home for a barbecue night. His name is Professor Harveer. If you're watching this video, sir, then you have been a great inspiration. But all in all, the professors that you will be having when you will be studying abroad will be extremely friendly people. They will be some of the individuals that will inspire you to do so much better in your life. And they will be the people who will extend their hand and support so that you are able to succeed. So in terms of professors, in terms of the student success, in terms of the support that you get in the universities and colleges abroad, for sure, abroad is going to score way above India. Now let's talk about the third aspect, which is the cost. Where would you be investing less amount of money to get your higher education, may it be a master's or a PhD, whatever? India is going to be 10 times cheaper, or maybe 20 times cheaper, and in some cases you might not have to pay anything for your education in India. The higher education abroad is expensive. It is not a cup of tea for everyone. And one thing that I want to mention here is, do not go beyond your limits. Do not go beyond your family's financials to just fund this project. I see that a lot of people sell their houses, a lot of people sell their lands, a lot of people sell gold of their family to fund this project. I would not recommend that at all. Here's a simple formula that I can suggest you, and this formula was something that I applied as well. Whatever the total cost of your project is, that includes your tuition fee and the cost of living. Let's say if the total cost comes out to be 30 lakh rupees, your family's net worth should be 1 to 2 crore rupees at least 3 times to 6 times of the cost of your project, so that you can feel confident and you can feel comfortable about going there, completing your studies, getting a job, paying back the loan, and then building on that net worth, right? A simple formula. In the net worth, you can add everything, your properties, your mutual funds, everything. Just add all of that. But do not, miss out on this thing that if you're investing 50 lakh rupees and your family's net worth is 60 lakh rupees, it is going to be a stressful affair for you. My suggestion in that case would be pursue your education in India. Find opportunities abroad later on. Do not invest so much money at this point of time, because yes, the economy and all is not good, and I do not want you to be stressed all the time about the investment that you are making. Okay, now let's move on to the fourth point, which is infrastructure and the ecosystem. The infrastructure and ecosystem of even an average small university or college abroad is going to beat the infrastructure of a top university or college in India. That's hands down. The amount of money that the universities get and the amount of money that the governments have invested in the public universities and colleges wherever you are going is really good. You have great sports facilities, you have great ecosystem. And when I say ecosystem, one thing that you need to understand is, I'm not talking about the swimming pool or the gymnasium, right? That all is a part of the infrastructure. As far as the ecosystem is concerned, it is all about what kind of opportunities is the university creating for you so that you can succeed in your career. Does the university organize a lot of networking events? Does the university organize a lot of hackathons? Does the university organize a lot of ideathons? Does the university have an innovator lab, an incubator, an accelerator? Because all these places are such amazing places to be at if you're someone who is curious and ambitious. At these places, you get to meet people like yourself. You get to meet individuals like yourself from across the globe, network with them, and maybe build something amazing. You never know that you're going for your master's degree abroad, looking for a job, but you end up building your own startup, right? You just never know that. You have to keep your eyes, mouth, ears open to all the opportunities that come your way. So the ecosystem that foreign universities and abroad universities provide is just amazing. I remember in India, we had an entrepreneurship cell in the college that I was at. Now, what used to happen in that entrepreneurship cell was that across the year, throughout the year, there was one seminar that was conducted in which one of our college seniors who has done something in life, he would come, he would, just give some random gyan and go. Well, if I compare it with the entrepreneurship ecosystem that I could find at University of Waterloo, there was a dedicated idea lab in which you could sit, discuss your ideas with professors, with other individuals sitting there. There was accelerator known as Velocity inside the university that you could approach, seek funding for your startup idea. There were so many events that were happening every single day that it was difficult to cope up. Literally every second day there was an email that, okay, today we are hosting an event about building a technology venture, about building a health tech venture, about building a fintech venture. So the ecosystem and the infrastructure that universities abroad are going to provide you is something that you cannot even compare with the ecosystem that you get in India. Yes, some top colleges like IITs, I have heard that they have very good ecosystem as well. But even that is majorly run and managed by the students. Like the university does not fund it that much. It's majorly managed by the students itself. So yeah, if this ecosystem is something that you want, if you want this holistic kind of experience, then abroad is definitely the place for you to be at. Okay, now let's move on to the fifth point, which is going to be about emotional well-being. See guys, this is going to be a bit personal in nature, but if you are someone who stays anxious, who has a history of any sort of a mental health disorder, maybe, you ever have witnessed something like depression or you have anxiety disorder, anything of that sort, whenever you are planning to study abroad, please be cautious that you might face these issues there in a more stronger way. The reason behind that is that you are alone there. The loneliness can actually bite you. And yes, you make a lot of friends, but you miss the family a lot, right? You might be having your girlfriend or boyfriend in India. You will be having a time zone difference with them. You might not be able to talk to them that much. So yes, there will be a lot of problems at an emotional level that you might face. So as far as emotional well-being is concerned, I would definitely say that India ranks better. The reason behind that is that the back of your mind, that, okay, if my parents will need me here, I can just, take a flight and go and meet them. If my girlfriend calls me, I can just take a flight. I can just take the train, go and meet them. You have that privilege of proximity to your loved ones. But when you're abroad, you know that it's an expensive flight. You know that it's going to take like 15, 16 hours or 12, 13 hours to reach and meet my parents, my family. So the emotional well-being aspect puts you back and you might end up, facing some issues that you haven't experienced yet. So as far as emotional well-being is concerned, for sure, India will be better if you are an emotionally confident person and you can take up all the challenges. Then definitely studying abroad is great. And why is it great? Coming to the last point, which is long-term career prospects and growth. See guys, if you are going to a top university in India, great, your long-term career prospects are wonderful, you are sorted. But if you are going to an Allu-Pallu university in India, an average university in India, I would recommend you to attend an average university abroad, because attending an average university in India will just lead you to getting a mediocre job, pretty much mediocre growth, and a mediocre life. In many cases, I'm not saying that, out of an average university, we haven't seen some amazing people, but I'm talking about the 99% people, or let's say the 95% people. Because yes, the ecosystem that you get, the kind of learnings that you get, and the kind of opportunities that you can see, they are somewhat mediocre in nature. But when you go abroad, what happens is that you're able to see the world. You're able to meet people from different places in the world and you get to know about opportunities from literally across the globe. You didn't know that, okay, which industry works better in which country. You don't know which industry works better in which country right now. But once you study, you make friends from different countries and you get to know that, oh, in Iran, this happens to be a huge industry. Oh, in Portugal, this happens to be a huge industry. Oh, in Canada, this happens to be a big industry, right? So your long-term career prospects and long-term career growth will definitely be better if you are attending a good university or an average university abroad as compared to attending an average university in India. If you have to compare, let's say, going to IIM Ahmedabad, Bombay, Calcutta to, let's say, an average university or an above average university in the UK or Ireland, I would recommend IIM for sure. But if you're going to an average private university in India for your MBA, MIM, finance, engineering, etc., I would recommend you to attend your master's degree abroad, because the exposure and the networking and everything that you will get is absolutely going to change your life. So thank you very much. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that you got some clarity, and now you will stop having this discussion whether studying abroad is better or studying in India is better. Let's stop having that discussion. Let us understand there are some benefits of studying abroad. There are some benefits of studying in India. Now, with the help of this video, we can understand which one is my priority and which one is not. Thank you very much, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are new here, and go on my Instagram and follow me on my Instagram as well. Thank you so much.